Good afternoon, my name is Yin Teng and I'm your counsellor for today. So for the purpose of counselling, it is to help you get a better understanding of your problems and help you make well-informed choices that will benefit your future. Each counselling session is $100 and it will take 1 hour. As for payment wise, if you have any financial problems, just proceed out to the front desk and they will help you with your financial assistance. There will be a total of 10 sessions, and anything that is said between us will be kept private and confidential. Unless there's indication that you are going to be a harm to yourself or to others, then I will have to break confidentiality and report it to the relevant authorities. If you agree to it, do you mind signing here? Okay, thank you. So how can I help you today?
So I'm dealing with stress
Okay.
from school and my part-time job.
Okay, so when did it start?
It started when I start my first year of poly, which is just recently.
Okay. Okay. Is there anything else other than school and work that is causing you like stress right now?
I think it will be peer pressure from my parents because they really want me to do well in school, but right now I can't cope with my modules in school.
So how does it feel when like you get this pressure from your parents?
I feel like it's like really pressurizing me. Yeah. And I feel so demoralized when they say that my sibling can do better and why I can't.
Okay. So based on like a scale of 0 to 10, how stressed do you feel right now?
9.
9. Okay. So can I ask how often do you feel like this stress?
In a week I feel stressed about like 3-4 times in a week. Yeah.
So based on what you have told me, I can understand that you started feeling a strong amount of stress when you started like poly first year and when you did your part-time job.
Yeah.
And you also, other than like both school and the job, the factors that are pressurizing you even more and causing you stress will be from your parents, because like you feel very like pressurized by them as you feel like you're unable to cope well. Okay, so and you also feel stressed like 3 to 4 times a week.
Yeah.
I also understand that you feel very demoralized when you're unable to cope with school because you feel like everyone around you is able to cope and you're the only one that's not able to cope. Anyone in your position will feel this way, so it's normal to feel stressed under a situation where you're new and you feel like everyone around you is coping except you. And I feel like I applaud you for taking the time to come here today to talk to me about your problems, and I'm glad that we are working through ways to help you reduce your stress levels. Okay. How do you feel when you're feeling stressed?
I feel at times I feel so demoralized because the stress factors come from like when I can't understand, then I feel like why am I the only one who can't understand? So I feel like demoralized in a way. Yeah.
Do you know any like coping mechanisms that will be able to help you cope with this stress?
Whenever I feel stressed, I would rant to my friends, like my close friends,
Okay.
so that I'll feel a little better.
Okay. Okay, so like from what you have told me, again, I understand that you are feeling demoralized and you feel very alone because people around you, as you said, they understand modules but you don't understand, and that makes you feel alone. And I'm glad that you know coping mechanism. You know at least one coping mechanism to be able to talk to someone about your problems, and I think that is quite good. But now that you're here, we can talk about it too, and I'm glad that I'll be able to lend you a listening ear. So, what do you want to focus on first?
The stress at school.
Okay, so how do you want to deal with stress? Like what kind of things do you want to do to deal with the stress?
I want to like ask for help, like from my peers, like for me to better understand all those modules that I'm learning in school, so that it won't be as stressful as I am now.
How regular do you feel this stress, can I ask?
About 3 to 4 times a week.
Okay, so how much do you want to cut down this feeling of stress from 3 to 4 times a week to?
Maybe for a start, like 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when we progress, you would like to cut it down to no stress at all or just 1?
No stress.
Okay. So what are the steps that you feel can be taken to manage your levels of stress?
I think I can ask more questions in class and write down more notes, and asking help from my team members and all.
Okay, so if you're facing a scenario where there's huge amount of stress, what will you do if there are there's no way for you to ask questions or more notes on your teammates? What do you think you can do that will help you cope with the heavy stress that you are feeling?
I would understand the topic first. Like I would read on the topic first and try to digest some, not all, but maybe some things that I think I can understand from.
Okay. So how long do you want, what's the time length you want for you to achieve this cut down of stress? What's your ideal time?
I think 3 months should be okay.
Okay. Okay, so to summarize what you have told me today is that your stress is caused by your first year poly that you just started and your part-time job. And another factor that is causing your stress would be pressure from your parents. And when you get pressure from your parents, you feel very demoralized, very alone, because you feel like you're unable to cope. And you feel stressed from 3 to 4 times a week, and and you have a coping mechanism of talking to a friend whenever you feel stressed, and that is good. Okay, so for your focus of a goal, you would like to ask for help more when dealing with stress, and also the steps that can be taken to manage your levels of stress in class would be to ask more questions in class, more notes, and ask your teammates for more help. And from 3 to 4 times a week of feeling stressed, you will want to reduce it to 2 times and gradually no stress at all. Okay. And if there are no resources for you to deal your stress, such as questions in class, more notes, or your teammates, you will try to pre-read and digest your materials first. Okay, and you also plan to complete, to reach your goal in 3 months' time.
Yeah.
How do you think you'll feel when you reach your goal?
I feel accomplished, because finally I'm not really stress free, but at least I don't have any more stress on the main thing, which is the modules in school.
I'm glad that you feel this way, and I'm sure that we'll work towards that in a matter of time. And I would like to thank you for the time that you have taken to come down here to talk to me about your problems, and I'm sure we can slowly progress from 3 to 4 times of feeling stress a week to 2 times, and then no stress, and learning how to manage your stress more better. Okay, thank you.
What the hell, is it recording?